everyone, and welcome to my kitchen where I get to share recipes that I'm passionate about. Today's video is all about pie dough. I know who doesn't love pie. I know I do. A lot of recipes actually call for partially and fully baked crust. So in this video, I will show you how to do that as well. Okay, to start in our mixing bowl, we're going to add 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and half a teaspoon of salt. For this recipe, I will be using my stand mixer paired with my paddle attachment. Now make sure you give your ingredients just enough time to mix and incorporate. Part of your prep should include cutting half a cup of cold butter into small cubes. Make sure it stays nice and cold, so if needed, put back into the fridge until you need it. My flour is mixed, so I'm ready for my butter. So make sure you scatter the cubes of butter over your flour and start your mixer at a medium speed. We are looking for a crumbly consistency where the size of your bigger pieces are the size of small peas. Make sure you keep a close eye, and as soon as you reach your desired consistency, stop your mixer. It's important not to overmix. And it looks like my flour is ready. Next, I'm gonna take ice cold water and drizzle 6 tablespoons of my water into my flour. After adding your water, don't let it run for too long. Stop your mixer once your flour looks evenly moistened. If it looks too crumbly and it doesn't come together and hold, add more cold water. But make sure you do it 1 tablespoon at a time. To be honest, I've never had to add extra water, but if you feel you need it, you know there's that option as well. To test if your dough is perfect, with the palm of your hand, grab a small amount and press. If it holds like this, it means that it's done. Next, what I like to do is line my table with plastic wrap and transfer my mix over it. Gently gather your rough mass and then flatten it into a disc. Just make sure you don't overwork it. Then just go ahead and wrap it off and place in your refrigerator for at least 30 minutes or leave it overnight. When you need it, pull out from the fridge and let it come to almost room temperature. If your dough is too cold, it will tend to crack when you roll it out. Place your disc on a lightly floured table. You can also slightly add some flour to the top of your dough and your rolling pin to prevent them from sticking. You will most likely encounter some cracks, but don't worry, pinch them back together and continue. When rolling, you can start your rolling pin at the center and roll away. Then bring it back to the center and roll towards you. Turn your dough and repeat. Continue until you reach 1/4 of an inch in thickness. To transfer, roll your dough onto your rolling pin and then lay over your pie mold. Then you can lift the edges and gently ease them into the contours of your mold. If during this process you get a couple of cracks, don't worry about it. Grab some extra dough and patch it up. At this point, trim your edges. For a little decoration, tuck in the overhang all around your mold, then stick out your thumb and from the outer part, pinch to get this design. This looks great. Now refrigerate or freeze your pie crust until firm. Mine took about 30 minutes in the freezer. Some recipes call for a partially baked crust. For that specific result, we will start by blind baking a crust. I will take a piece of parchment paper and line my dish, making sure there's enough overhang of paper to cover my sides completely. This will prevent my sides from browning too fast. Now it's time for a weight. This will help our crust keep a nice shape and not shrink. I will be using rice, but you can also use beans. And as you can see, I made sure that all of my sides are completely covered just so that I don't have to worry about them getting brown too fast. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees and place your pie in the lower third rack of your oven. It will bake for 20 minutes. When the 20 minutes are done, take out your dish and lift up your parchment paper. You will know it is done if your pie is no longer moist. Then you can go ahead and remove your weights. Now for a fully baked crust, bring the oven temperature down to 350 degrees. Now let's go ahead and egg wash our entire crust. For my egg wash, I mixed 1 egg and about a tablespoon of milk. Brush all over until it is fully covered. Once it's all brushed, place back into the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes until a beautiful golden brown color has been achieved. My pie crust is almost done, but before we take it out, I want to invite you to subscribe, like, and share my videos, and also do not forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any videos we upload. Our pie crust is done. Oh, look at this beauty. I don't know if you can relate, but I love it when my recipes come out successful, and this one is gorgeous. I mean, look at it. Look at how nice it looks. Now, it's not always perfect. I have tried it many times to be able to perfect it. So I encourage you not to give up. Keep trying and put so much love into your recipes. All right, well, that is it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.